Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I have for you right now are some bombshell updates, because this whole Trump would-be assassin, hide in the bushes, have an SKS, have some ceramic plates hiding on a wall, this is turning into something at least pointing in a much more sinister direction. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments field below, but some of the stuff that's coming out from the sheriffs involved on this are pointing to some very serious questions. We've got questions about license plates, vehicles, residences, where the rifle came from, lots of stuff. The schedule of the president. Guys, this is one you're going to want to see every detail, so make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and send this to everyone that you know, because, wow, this one's bombshell. All right, so as we're getting into this, and I'm pulling this up, guys, the world we're in is going freaking crazy. You got people who are protesting, who are getting attacked, defending themselves with the Second Amendment, and then they're arrested and they're charged. You got all sorts of different things that are popping off in different soft targets across the entire United States. Who knows if you're going to get charged if you intervene in one of those. You got would-be assassins. All that I'm saying is in the chaos that is being created right now, at least make sure you have a knowledge of a partner that can help you, and that would be USCCA. You've got red flag law coverage if you're one of the blue bastion states. They got you. If you've got a self-defense incident that occurs, they've got you. They also have training. They have lots of stuff that can help you enhance your entire experience. This is something at least worth a look. There's a link in the description box below, and thank you for checking them out. It's a great thing to at least know your options. With that said, let's get into this, the bombshell stuff. I've got 3 little excerpts I'm going to show you here. Okay? So I'm going to go kind of these on an order. I'm going to stop it when it gets interesting. And again, let me hear you in the comments and send this out. But let's get going on this. This one is all about the sheriff at a press conference. Listen to this.
Did he have any, to your knowledge, any ties to Martin County or the Treasure Coast?
Yeah, to my knowledge, does he have any ties to Martin County? I think the answer, to my knowledge, the answer is no, I have no knowledge. I think what we're finding out, he's not from this area, which of course raises the bigger question is, how does a guy from not here get all the way to Trump International, realize that the president, former president of the United States, is golfing and is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? I think that's the question the FBI, the Secret Service are laser focused on today. Is this?
All right. So before we get into this next part, because you can kind of see on the screen where it's going. So this guy, let's just take the Trump assassination out of it. Or would-be assassination out of it. Let's just take everyday gun world. All right. So if you zoom out on macro, this guy lives in Hawaii. He has a residence in Hawaii. He flies to Florida. All of a sudden, he has an SKS or an AK-47, whichever one it is. I believe it's an SKS, but that's not really the important part of this. He's not from there, and somehow he knows exactly where Trump is going to be. Oh, we're just getting started. Wait until the rest of these pop in. Are you guys starting to see this? It's highly unusual, right? Let's keep going. Again, you can see where this is going on this clip. I got two more.
This guy part of a conspiracy? Is he a lone gunman? If he's a lone gunman, President Trump is that much safer because we have him. But if he's part of a conspiracy, then this whole thing really takes on a very ominous tone.
Sure.
All right, so this is a sitting sheriff, right? This is the guy that's involved. This is his county. So he's actually positing the idea that if this is a conspiracy because of the unusual activities that are going on with this, if it's a conspiracy, which means it's possibly a conspiracy, or if he's a lone gunman. So it's not even like a absolutely lone gunman, 5% chance conspiracy. He's going, how does this happen? Okay, that should turn some eyebrows. Let's keep going, though, because, again, this is just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Wait until you hear this clip. This is another excerpt today. This is from court, but there's a few things that come out in this that I have not heard anyone else say. So far, he wasn't from there. He somehow located and navigated exactly to where he needed to be, and he somehow had a gun in a state that was not his residence. All right. Keep in mind, the gun control is going to tell you he just walked up and just bought one from a gun store. I can tell you that did not happen. All right, let's keep going.
Kaylee, Ryan Ruth walked into that federal courtroom this morning smiling, shackled by his hands and feet. He was even seen laughing while speaking to his court-appointed attorney. Now, the judge presented two different charges: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and a possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. Combined, the judge says he could face 20 years in prison and $500,000 in fines.
Okay, I'm going to stop that really quickly. Keep in mind what she just said. Convicted felon with a firearm and a firearm with an obliterated serial number. So the left, they're not going to tell you this, they would call that a ghost gun because the person, the individual, had a gun that had a serial number on it, and at some point in time, the serial number was removed. So you could not tell that. That's another federal crime. So the gun controllers, they would classify this as a ghost gun. Boo. However, it doesn't seem that's the case because ghost guns are something completely different than what they're representing. But now you're looking at it in court and what he's being charged with. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Again, he's a resident of Hawaii. Okay? How's he going to get a firearm with an obliterated serial number? Because you can't buy that from a gun shop. Again, gun control fails. Let's keep going. It only gets spicier from here.
Fox is told additional federal charges are possible, but we understand that these charges presented today will keep him in jail. Now, Ruth told the judge that he only makes about $3,000 a month with no assets other than 2 trucks in Hawaii.
Okay, again, sorry to interrupt again. $3,000 a month. Okay, that's gross overhead? That's revenue? That's what you're bringing in? That's before taxes, that's before rent, that's before car payments, before food, before groceries, before inflation, before anything? And all of a sudden he has the money to fly from Hawaii to Florida to do this little action? Again, guys, this is just stacking. We're just going to keep going.
The sheriff said yesterday when Ruth was arrested, his demeanor was perplexing. And that continued today in the courtroom when he was smiling and laughing.
Made the stop and then at gunpoint ordered him out of the vehicle. He complied. His demeanor was perplexing in some way, despite the fact that we had numerous people out with rifles, uniformed personnel, a helicopter.
And we are just getting our hands on the affidavit, and a couple of things stood out to me. It said he was driving a car with stolen plates. Of course, he fled the scene, and officers were able to pull him over and arrest him on I-95. And then also, Ruth's mobile phone was detected in the area at 2 a.m., so the night before this happened until 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay, so you know where I'm going with this one. So not only did we have someone who was broke, could not afford a ticket from Hawaii to Florida, we also had a direct location of we knew exactly where to go, right where to be. 12 hours before, from the cell phone pings, was in a vehicle with stolen plates, had a rifle with an obliterated serial number, and there's questions if this was a conspiracy. Guys, I'm not a Sherlock Holmes, but this is pointing in a really rough direction. When you look at all of those pieces, stolen license plate, obliterated serial number, a rifle somehow out of state, none of these things make any sense. Ideal location to set up a trap 12 hours before the president's there, when it's an in the spur of the moment kind of deal that he's going to golf. What? All right, let's keep going. I got more for you. Guys, let me know in the comments if I'm landing this plane, because there's a lot of things that are not being talked about that I'm kind of like, what is happening? Let's keep going.
Now, Ruth is being held in the Palm Beach County Jail, and he is expected in court for his next appearance on Monday, September 23rd.
All right, sorry, that was kind of pointless. All right, let's go to the next one. This part is another from the same sheriff. Okay, listen to what he said. And this is all about the demeanor. This is about where he is. And this part goes to the actual timing of where Trump was and when. I'm not trying to go conspiratorial, but there's a lot of things here that make a whole lot of zero sense. Okay, let's keep going.
Where is the suspect now? I know he's behind bars, but where?
Well, what we did is we turned him over to the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. So I don't know where he is right now.
Okay. Did he say any? How did he know that Donald Trump was going to be playing golf? How did he have access to his schedule?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question. We are the border county.
All right, so that's the entire point of this, and I realized I forgot one thing I wanted to show you. See up here in this in this time right here. Oh, wait, let's see. Here, right here. Which, of course, raises the bigger question: how does a guy from here, not here, get all the way to Trump International, realize that the former president of the United States, is golfing, is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of recap with you guys on this one. So we have an out-of-stater, not even on the continental United States, in Hawaii, has no money, $3,000 in income per month. Okay, that's not a lot before you're spending any of your life essentials. So he somehow gets a plane ticket from Hawaii to Florida, because that's not cheap. Then, when he gets here, he knows exactly where to go and stays in that area for 12 hours when the Trump decision to go golfing was a spur of the moment the next day. How he got there was with a vehicle, which was not his, that had stolen plates. The gun that he had that was going to be used in the assassination attempt had an obliterated serial number, of which you can't buy in a store, and he's an out-of-stater, so you can't buy the gun in Florida, even if he were to do that. And then you've got this whole thing about timing. And you got the sheriff who was involved sitting here going, something doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good because your feelies are kind of going, holy crap, something's wrong. That little gut feeling you have, there's a reason that's there. And all of these individual pieces are pointing in a very concerning direction. Now, I'm not involved in the case. I'm not involved in the investigation. I'm a guy on the outside on the internet looking here and going, oh, that's a lot of uncomfy. But you guys let me know what you think. Everything will be linked in the description box below. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and I will keep you updated as this goes down. Woo, this wrinkle keeps on getting bad. And I will see you on the next one.